Perfect. Perfect.
So George of the Jungle 2.
Yes. We already established that.
In a previous timeline.
Yes, in the previous timeline.
In an alternate dimension.
Yeah, that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
It includes the timeline. It includes the dimension where Endgame actually ended with Ant-Man going up Thanos' butt.
The meme that should have been.
The meme that should have been real.
That should have been the Avengers DLC.
Oh yeah, because that's right. It's the first movie with DLC.
Oh
Man, what a time we've come.
The next MCU is gonna have microtransactions.
Perfect.
That's what that's stage 4.
Microtransactions.
You
can buy deals. You can buy things during the movie that like enhances your experience. Like you can pay an extra $5 to get 4D.
No, it's like or you get like, did you like the movie ends and everybody's like, this was awful, and you're like, well, you could pay an extra $10 and get the alternate ending, the true ending.
It's like Fire Emblem.
Yeah, it's just like Fire Emblem.
Just like Fire Emblem.
And almost it could be like this podcast, even though it's free. But we'll give you an alternate ending if you pay us $10.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Welcome to the Tilted Roll podcast.
Right.
So my PayPal is. So PayPal me. I'm the financial guy.
That's the secret
Yes.
we've had.
Speaking of which, hello.
Hi, this is Nick, our financial guy, if
Yes.
you couldn't tell.
Hey, what's up?
Also goes by Crispy Pixel
That's
on
right.
On the Twitters and the
Instagram,
I
because
I barely use
he's
Twitter.
clearly got he's best in the Twitter game on the fact that I don't think I've seen him on Twitter
I've never tweeted
in
on that
months.
account. I'll occasionally like tweets. Actually,
Yeah, very occasionally.
very occasionally.
I'm the same way. I don't use Twitter ever anymore.
Twitter's a dying platform. Don't use it.
Yeah.
That's my social media tip of the day.
Instagram is
Meanwhile,
where it's at.
our Twitter is non-existent. But
Pretty
anyways,
much.
yeah.
We also have that. But our Instagram is slightly less non-existent.
Right. So check it out. But anyways, we are currently filming on location.
Yeah, like we
Here.
said we would. Even
Yes.
though, based by the room, no one would know.
Yeah, we're currently situated in the press room here at Anime Magic.
It's a beautiful press room.
It is
Yeah.
actually. It's really
We're in
nice.
these nice chairs.
We've come a long ways, like what you said
Like,
earlier.
it's comfortable. Better than my chair at home.
Oh man, but yeah, no, this is Sunday, afternoon. I had to double check because I have no idea.
Yeah.
On
3 tends to be in the afternoon.
That's true. Yeah, you are right. And now, fresh off this, or now we're approaching the end of the con. We are here to discuss what we thought about it, maybe. And
Yeah.
while inserting our opinions
Well,
about
yeah.
various memes.
We had quite the eventful weekend.
Yeah, I did. It was a
You
good time.
you definitely did after I went to bed last night.
I did. I had a good time.
You know, not everybody at cons are your friends.
We'll talk about that.
Exactly. But some highlights. So what for you guys? What would you say is like the best thing you saw here?
Absolutely the best thing was the end of karaoke last night.
Oh
Yeah.
That is
yeah,
my number one thing. We were, because I want to do karaoke because we like never do it at cons. I always want to do it because I feel like in some way, like especially like over the last few years, like it's nice to go into like being able to just like sing poorly but not like feel bad about it.
Right.
So like to me, it's really nice to be able just to like have no pressure karaoke, and then like the fact that we ended like because we were there until it was just like karaoke closed, and for the last song because we were with a group at the time, so we were gonna do Mr. Brightside, and we and not only did we go up as the group. My
What?
GoPro is freaking out. GoPro, turn off. Can you hand me it? Can you go get it?
Okay.
Frank?
Oh.
Yeah, just go get it still. It is freaking out.
All right.
Just give it to me. I need to see what's wrong with it.
Well, he does that because we can't have a single podcast without any technical difficulties.
So this is just like a distraction more than anything.
Right?
Well, anyways, I'll finish the story.
Yes, please.
So everyone gets. Originally, the idea was going to be that we go up as a group of like 6 or 7, and I'll sing it. But then everyone like got up out of their seats and were singing it. Like even like we were on the stage, and some more people came up on the stage, more people were down in the crowd, and it was just like a cool moment. So that was your favorite.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. And then for me, my favorite thing here was the fact that we got a chance to make our own little like pots. I made pottery bowls.
Pottery.
Yes, you need to make this out.
Well, you said pots.
Yes,
so it does help.
But I
nobody's gonna think you're doing some nefarious thing when you're like pots.
Right. I made a bowl, and it was really great. The guy showed me how to do it. Like put down clay, and they have to spin your wheel. And he just came up behind me. It was like the scene from Ghost. It was fantastic. I was the female lead. He was Patrick Swayze.
I forgot what the song is that's during that scene.
I wish I could tell you, man. But
I was gonna be like in the arms. So I was like, that's not the right song.
But you're not wrong. But yeah, I made a bowl, and then the love of my life made a cup, and we have those right now in the car, just kind of somewhat moist. But that was a lot of fun. That's the first thing I've ever.
You keep saying we make a bowl, and that also isn't okay.
It's also a weed reference.
That's fair. But that's the first time I've ever done anything like that at a con. It was that and the escape room, which we just did today. The escape room was actually really well made. Really got me thinking. Incorporated the use of a Game Boy Color.
Nice.
Yeah, with the yellow version. It was great.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think for me,
it was going to that guy's car.
We'll talk about that later. That's not my highlight though.
I know, but gotta tease it.
I think I don't know if this sounds like a cop out, but I think for me, just like my favorite thing was just being able to come here, because I think for me a big part of, yeah, but like I was really excited to come here because it was the first year that they're obviously putting this on. So to be able to come to this convention and kind of see it in its like infancy and like see how well it was executed, I think to me was my favorite part, because I don't like going into it all that much, but Marshall and I do have a lot of stories of a lot of other conventions not really treating people as well as they could be,
or like communicating really poorly. Like I talked about this in the last episode.
Yeah, so like, I'm not trying to sound like some entitled like press person, but but like even just in general, in terms of like attendees too, like general attendees, like there's a lot of stuff that went super smoothly. That was, if there's like any hiccups, it wasn't noticeable on our end, or even like most people that I talked to, and I think that that's really good to have. And it seems like everyone here that works for the convention, that volunteered, genuinely wanted to be here. They put in the time and the effort, and they really want to make this convention a lot better. So like, I think for me, what I'm most excited for is, one, to probably come back next year. There's no reason why I wouldn't, unless if for some reason it ends up being that I have a commitment that I can't go to.
Right, life gets in the way sometimes.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and then I guess the other thing was that anime sing along. That guy was so cool.
Oh yeah, that was really good.
He's literally like
cool.
A rock star. It's like the coolest thing.
Which guy? The guy running the karaoke?
No, the guy that was singing the Japanese anime sing along.
What was his name? Kohei. It was Kohei something. But no, that guy was.
Yeah, we took a selfie with him.
He was so energetic throughout the entire thing. I blew out my throat in that concert. And
it was great, dude.
It was. I had a bit of PTSD from screaming so loud, but hey.
the screen goes black and white.
Oh no.
But yeah, I do also wanna, I really want to talk up this convention a lot, because it is a new convention. The attendance was obviously a lot better than I thought for a first year convention. It was crazy.
Yeah.
We had to do. They ran out of 3-day badges, so we had to get a press badge every day.
Yeah, we have 3. You can't see mine, I don't think, but
oops.
Yeah, we have. That's fine. With me and Nick, at least, we have 3 days worth of press badges.
Yeah,
But like,
because-
this is a good problem to have.
Yeah,
like,
they ran out of 3-day badges to give to people because they didn't think that they would sell as many as they did.
Yeah, and to be fair, it's not like this is it wasn't a crazy inconvenience for us to do it either.
No.
Like we could just go right up to registration, and it was like they would just hand us the right one. We just write what we need to, and we were done.
So for me, I think, you know, I just want to give a big shout out to, you know, we're obviously in the press room, they're letting us use this. The best communication that I've ever had in terms of, you know, doing any kind of press related stuff for a convention. You know, they treated us super well. Anime Magic in general just treated everyone super well. There's no not many, there were no downsides. Like, there were, like, if you ever when you used to do the vlogs, there was I think there was a vlog you did for YomaCon one year, and I know I said I wouldn't put anyone on blast, but, you know, here I am. But like, there were instances like that where it just didn't seem like they really cared that we were there, because there were just so many issues that they had.
It was when we were going so far back and forth.
Yeah, because, you know, we were trying to get our press badge on Thursday, and then it's just like they couldn't get in contact with the press person. And like here, you know, communication's super quick, and because it is a smaller convention, if they see us, they know who we are. So it's like.
But that's a big thing. It's just like, sure, you could really say, like, you know, a con like YumaCon, like, you know, they have to manage so many things, but like, that was the difference. Like, they told us to, like, back then, at least, in like, because this was also like a few years ago. This was like 2017.
Yeah.
You know, and like, they told us, like, be here at this time, and then we were there at the right on time, and then they're like, oh, he went out to dinner. It's like, well, like, this isn't then entirely like just them making, like, just like essentially either like them making the decision to not essentially do what they said their job would be. Because, like, if they made the commitment to us, like, hey, you need to be here, like, they tell us, like, what to do. It's like, hey, you need to be here at this time to pick up your badge if you want it on Thursday. We followed their rules, and then they, like, didn't follow it. So, like, that's where it becomes, like, a problem, you know? And, like, it hasn't been like that every single time thereafter, but, like, or I think this was 2016. So even longer ago. And like, I think they changed like press hands and whatnot. So obviously it's not totally relevant, but that's a good example of like when it can go poorly.
Yeah, and I think, you know, being a little bit more, I guess, positive is that, yeah, like, I'm just super pumped for Anime Magic to see what they're able to do with their second year. Because, I mean, they did a lot, considering this is their first year. Like, they had a lot of cool things. They had a lot of cool guests. You know, they had the Yatasha car show. You know, they had the anime.
Yeah, that was really cool. I like that.
They had the escape room. So I can already, like, you know, when they now that they have that first year, they could probably, assuming, start planning for, you know, other stuff. You know, getting things to maybe, you know, to a point where they can start establishing themselves and being able to get to that point. So I'm really excited to see that. And yeah, like, this is a convention that's really close for us, so it's not a huge hassle to get here. So, you know, and
more Chicago conventions are really nice for us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm now more like, I remember when we first started going to Chicago cons, we thought the drive was long, and now we drive like 7 hours.
Yeah, and then we've gone to Colossal and YumaCon, and then we're gonna be going to Katsu, which is a flight, but that's still like clearly really far. And because it's so far, we like, because we just like, we don't like, we deal with it for Colossal and Yuma, like the drive, but like, so, but like, that is like our limit, like, we know. So like, the idea of driving to Katsu is like, oh god, no.
I know someone that did that, and they didn't get back until like Tuesday.
Oh man.
Because they had to keep it, because you can't. You can't do that all in one trip. Like,
at least not by yourself.
No.
No, yeah.
I mean, they were with friends, but still, I don't think they wanted to just like do like one shot it all the way through. They wanted to like it's not like they wanted a road trip, but like, they're like, we should probably just pull over and sleep.
Yeah, I think that's I mean, that could work.
That's why I say the con van.
The con RV.
Yeah, Franny has the dream of getting the con RV, which in some ways, sure, like, especially the one we saw, I guess, wasn't a bad size.
Oh yeah.
But we wouldn't want to like pack it with a crap ton of people.
That's fair.
But I feel like that
solid
size.
six.
Just imagine a RV with like some obscure anime character painted on the side.
Yeah.
And then we bring it to the Itachi car show.
Yeah.
Like,
Like-
here's my whip.
Yeah, well, what's the inside of it? Let me pop the hood for you.
It has a
Diesel
sticker.
engine.
It has a sticker under the hood.
Yeah.
Ah,
That'd be cool. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I think it'd be fun for the people that don't have to drive. Because like
Yeah.
imagine like everyone's partying in
Everyone's
the back,
having a good
and
time,
then
you're
you're
just like-
driving.
To
That'd
be fair, in a way that in some ways though, I think does befit you as well, because that's kind of also your role. Like when we're kind of like having fun and drinking, you're just kind of like all right, let's steer this over here, guys.
let's get these alcoholics over here.
It'd be a lot of fun. Just like a road trip in general, like not a con related road trip too. It'd be a
Yeah,
lot
just
of
even
fun.
that would be really fun.
Just you wait. Future vlogs, maybe.
Yeah,
The-
on the road podcast.
Yeah, no.
We're
Tilted
here.
Roll on tour. Except we don't have
Except
like live
nobody shows
shows.
up, yeah.
Yeah, it's not live shows. We just film in a different spot.
We're just going around.
We're here.
Nobody cares.
We're here
or-
at the edge of the Red Canyon.
You just like go.
Do we do it?
Or you go somewhere and it's like you just like set up like a table somewhere and see if people start watching. Like if you go to
I had thought about this. Like if we had the three, especially like the sad part is we forgot like our microphones.
Yeah.
So that's why we have they lent us one, which is also really nice
Yeah.
and speaks to like the
What else is new?
how well they've like been catering to us. So the big thing was like, you know, like we're in like as Nick put it, we're in the most professional janky setup ever.
And we absolutely love it.
You know, it's truly on brand.
Yeah, this microphone not on a stand. It's on a
It's on a tripod.
Just set on a
it's just
tripod.
sitting on a tripod.
If someone
because-
coughs, it's gonna fall over.
Yeah.
And then we just have a ton of wires down here. Like
Yeah, it's a mess. It is absolutely a mess. But it'll be
But
fine when we're done.
It's our
I'll be able to
mess.
clean it.
Oh man.
But yeah, no, that was yeah, like I had the idea of like doing it in a more like in the lobby or something, like somewhere there would be people, because it would just be interesting to see like if people like would kind of like be like curious or attracted to it. It's like a good PR stunt as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not like this is live, so if somebody does like an obscene gesture, I can just edit it.
Also
right.
true. Yeah.
You know, so in reality, like that's why like doing that type of thing for like a recording is not much of a lose.
That's true. And let's talk about the fact that this is a great location, to be honest.
I mean, in terms of like what's around, absolutely.
Yes. Oh my god. Like the food selection here is a lot better than the most of the
We're
cons we
apparently
go to.
like right next to like one of the biggest malls in the Midwest, I guess. So like
This is huge.
what can you say no to? And I mean like there's definitely like room to grow within this building. Like if like numbers got bigger next year, like they're not, I don't feel like they're like there's still like places to go in here, like, and even around the area, like if like, you know, if like they wanted to stay in Schaumburg, because like as we mentioned, Schaumburg is apparently pretty cool.
Yeah. It's great.
So
It's shot.
at least for a convention location.
Well, yeah, and like I don't even think I mean, obviously they didn't sell out the whole hotel.
Not
like
yet.
They didn't do like a whole. I don't think they did a whole room block. So like obviously they have room in that
No.
sense. And
and there was definitely like rooms for panels still.
yeah, I could see it. I could see that not being like obviously I could see it being here for a while, but it definitely, if it grows at a rapid rate, like it would. I could see it growing out of this space very quickly, but that's a good thing. And like we passed a hotel.
Yeah, and so
On our
we
way
saw,
to
we saw
lunch.
there was like the Renaissance, not the Renaissance Center, over in not that one, but there was like a Marriott, but it was
Yeah.
like a hotel and convention center.
Yeah, it was like a huge hotel, like bigger than
So-
this. So like, there's like room in Schaumburg to grow, and then obviously, you know, they could, you know, move on to Rosemont and
Right.
and then replace that other one.
But,
Yeah,
but
who needs-
listen, the best thing about this location is that 10 minutes down the road is a Legoland.
There is a Legoland.
And that's
We didn't go, but
not
We
yet.
do not. Why do you want to stop at the Legoland when we leave?
Please.
Do you?
Maybe.
Okay. I mean, if you really want to, we can stop by.
I'm like crushing your fingers.
I'm trying not to like. I didn't want the like rubbing of the leather on the armchairs to
so you want the
get
fingers
picked up on
crushed.
the mic.
All right, and there's so many cool.
You moved now, so now we don't have to.
That's fair. And there's so many cool things here that was being sold. That like
like at the
Alley and
convention.
Gills room here were pretty great. Like this coaster I got. I forgot who it is from, but it has a natural
Way to
one. on it.
Wait, I have his business card.
You have his business card?
We'll give him a shout out.
Yeah,
he also has cool wooden business cards.
Oh my god, yes.
Hearth and Home Woodcrafts.
Shout out to you, Hearth and Home.
It's at HH Woodcrafts. Yeah, he has a cool wooden business card too. Like,
Oh yeah, they're pretty great. And I bought this along with a cool pencil. That's what they call a pen, but I realize it is a pencil. And yeah,
Hey.
no, there's a bunch of just great Artist Alley stuff down there.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
there's cool stuff.
This one person made this little like, what are they called? They're not. It's like a snow globe, but without
Terrarium.
Terrarium.
Yeah, they made like these Pokeball terrariums, and I think obviously like the concept was that it's like what the Pokemon live in the Pokeball, which is also a really cool concept.
Right.
There was a Sylveon one. I didn't want to buy it right away, and then it was gone, so I was
Yeah.
sad. And then, as I mentioned, here's my number one gripe: not enough Mareep representation.
Oh, here we go.
I kept making this meme with Franny about how like I'm like a sheep Pokemon hipster because like everybody's all about Wooloo in the new one, but they're forgetting about the OG Mareep and Flaffy and technically Ampharos, even though it's very less sheepy when it's in Ampharos form.
That's true. That is very true. But yeah, no, this con was a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, it was definitely like we came in with. I mean, that's the thing. It really helps because we came in with obviously like no expectations because it's a first con. You
Right.
can't know what to expect really. Because you just you don't know like actually how many people maybe will show up or like if it will in fact be a DashCon 2, which is great that they paid homage to.
Yeah, with the ball pit.
Oh my
They
god.
had a ball pit
You're
here.
gonna see you're gonna see footage.
Oh, I mean, it'll be here. It'll be spliced in here, but yeah, because it was great. Because they also had the sign. Always remember.
Yeah.
It'll definitely the footage I'm going to use is the footage of our friend Omar crying in it as we throw the balls at him.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
And the arcade was pretty respectable.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, yeah, better arcade than some conventions.
That's
Yes.
saying something,
Yeah.
Yeah, like definitely.
Shout out for that.
right?
And they already noted I would say like in terms of gaming aspects, I think, and they know it like they mentioned it to us, like they felt like they were probably lacking the most on the tabletop side because they pretty much only did it as like bring your own games kind of thing. They didn't
Right.
really have, so like they had a space for it, but it wasn't really like a lot of cons where they have like the big table and everything, but like that definitely like if that's like the place you lack, it's not definitely like the worst thing in the world for sure.
Right. Yeah.
And they like already know, like they're already on top of like a lot of the things that they want for next year.
And that's us saying it. Like our channel's mainly about D&D, so tabletop. So if
Yeah.
we're saying it, it's fine.
Yeah, so like and in a way, like that was kind of where I would have wanted to do the podcast. Is I wanted to do it in a tabletop room, and then it was kind of like, well, unfortunately, there's not much of there's people in there, and they're playing. Like people still bring stuff, obviously.
Oh yeah.
You're never gonna like a dude is never gonna who plays Magic is never gonna come to Magic or to a con and not bring Magic. Like
That's fair.
I know enough Magic the Gathering players; they bring it everywhere.
We played White Schwartz for a good while.
Oh yeah, we brought
Yes.
that. We brought that to cons every time.
Yeah.
No, God.
Well, you guys did. I kept forgetting my deck.
It was. I mean, it was
Like
a great
on brand for
I
me.
mean, that was a great game. It just like the downside was just the not enough support. You know,
That's true.
I think in this area,
at least in America.
yeah, I think in
especially.
LA it had a huge following, but like obviously,
Yeah, it just time went on, stuff like that. You know, unfortunately.
Actually, I think I see special shout out to the talent show, mostly to the MCs. Of course, all the people who had the talents there were fantastic, but the MCs, one of them was
You and
dressed
your
up as Tony Stark, and the two with each other were just there was no cringe whatsoever.
It was Tony Stark and a guy like in a suit, right?
Yes.
Like it just kind of looked like a normal guy.
Yeah, there was no cringe whatsoever. They just went off each other naturally. It was the most natural thing I've ever seen. of two people on stage being just regular, like, just improv MCs for
That's
everything.
good.
Okay, that's really good. I got footage of them playing Dance Evolution, but not fully knowing what to do, which is really funny. There's a point because there's a really solid. There's a really good shot in that. Made me laugh.
I feel like we got a lot of good shots.
I mean, what was nice about this con was really like our goal wasn't like when we go to other cons where it was like we're gonna make this sick music video.
Yeah.
Me and Nick were just kind of our big focus was just like really just kind of catching moments,
Let's celebrate the first year of this con.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, kind of like because like that's like our. I mean, in a way, like part of the reason like a lot of cons do like the press stuff is to somewhat get like free publicity in a way, right? Like I feel like there's no like secret to that. I'm giving away a trade secret by mentioning that. But like, and there's a lot of benefit to that, and cosplay music videos are really good for that because there are a lot of people who make really cool looking videos because they've already got, especially a lot of them already had stuff for photography,
Right.
so they could just easily kind of transfer it over to like that skill or to video, just for like composition wise. But for a first year con, especially for like us, we definitely thought like a really good idea would definitely just to be like really like what we thought would benefit anime magic the most would be to actually showcase like what you can do here or how people feel while they're here. Mm-hmm. They're not just super bored all the time.
Mm-hmm.
People just set up mahjong in the middle of the lobby.
Yeah.
Oh man, I saw that actually. That's pretty
Yeah, like
impressed.
their own tables. Like
Yeah.
they brought their own tables and chairs.
Mm-hmm. Registration wasn't too bad. Like to process through.
Yeah, there was
yeah.
no line, but
Yeah.
I think it's just because people just weren't like coming throughout the day.
Yeah,
Like, I
it
think
definitely
people-
wasn't like a wave.
I think the one thing that kind of benefited registration is that I feel like a lot of people were just coming at different times. Like some people came on Saturday like afternoon, came for like 5 hours. Some people obviously came at Friday right away, and some people came Saturday morning. So I think because with some conventions like ASEN and like bigger conventions and even medium-sized conventions, most people tend to try to show up on Friday morning or Friday afternoon. So like usually Friday is always like the really busy day, and Thursday obviously too.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
like,
Saturday will a lot of times be busy, but it'll usually just be like in like a day line. Like it would usually like pre-registration is usually when like Friday is really busy, but then on Saturday that's usually when and at any con, like at every single con that exists, Saturday is the busiest day because there's just people that will always go for the Saturday because people know like nobody had to work, it's the weekend, definitely more people are going to want to go, so it just kind of builds on that.
Well, yeah. Oh no. I can honestly say I enjoyed this con quite a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Like it was a very good time. Like there was definitely like more to do than there could have been.
yeah, for sure. For a first year, there's a lot for people to do, which is great.
Yeah, and obviously like was it jam packed? Like like there was two, like we were also somewhat realistic. Like we acknowledge like there's 2 panel rooms. Like were all the rooms really small? Like but like definitely like the fact that like it just is more about like kind of knowing like trying to build like acknowledgement of like what everything was going on, because like we were talking to people and we were showing them like the sing-along concert, and they like didn't know what was going on because like they were either doing something else or whatever, and like that's something that isn't like at every con, so a lot of people may not know or think to like go do this, right? Like they'll just think like, oh well, it's just a concert, I don't really do that at cons, so whatever. But they didn't realize like this is a special type.
Yeah.
Like this isn't just like him singing. Like it is everybody. Like he is encouraging everyone to sing along, like and have just a good time.
So much energy.
He had a dance contest where it wasn't like obviously that intense. It was just about
One guy
having fun.
did a flip.
He tried to do 2 flips.
I think he meant
I
to,
don't
like,
think so.
I think he did.
I don't know. He hit pretty hard when he went down because
I
I
think-
feel like if you do like the flip where you just land on your feet and your butt, then you usually go into a move that's on the ground. But he would get up right away.
Maybe he didn't think that far ahead. Maybe he's
But
like,
twice,
alright, I got
though.
the flip.
He did it twice though, at the beginning and end.
But like the thing is, he did it twice because he's like, people love the flip. I'm gonna do it again. you
I
can't.
still don't know what I'm gonna do. I've had all of this time to think about it, but I still don't know.
He was just
I just
living
know
in.
it has to
flip
start
again.
with a flip.
He was living in the moment, man.
Dude, I mean, starting with the flip, I could see why he would go for it, right? You start strong, you know,
That's true, yeah.
and then
You
the
hit
girl who chose sexy. Bless your heart.
it. Yeah.
You tried.
We'll remember. We will remember you in Valhalla. And also,
know.
props to you for hitting those high notes in all the songs you sing. I was really impressed.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
At karaoke,
Yeah.
it would have been very hard to hear inside of the concert.
Yeah.
I was like, are you going somewhere?
No, I just exhaled. I'm just happy. Another thing I'm happy about is that the fact that there's cosplay foam fighting. I'm always happy
That's
about
always a
that.
plus in Franny's book.
Yeah, I just hit.
Any type of like boffer or foam fighting thing, you're on board.
Yep. I'm your man.
Yeah, we have a ton of good stories that come from this con. A lot of things that we can share with people.
It's
Good
some things
stories
we
and
can't.
and
Yeah, and
Borderline murder
I kept teasing this murder story.
yeah. So
You kept saying later.
So yeah, I probably dodged a murder, so no big deal. There was this guy that was like trying to get us to go to this room party with these like people we just met. We were just hanging out, having a good time.
Yeah, like we met a lot of people at this
Yeah,
con
we
too.
met a lot of people, which was cool. But so we go. So there are two people that are more intoxicated and more gung-ho and willing to go along with this guy, and the rest of us were not having it, but we couldn't really say anything. So we get to the room, and then they're like, no, we can't bring any more people in. So we thought, it's like, all right, dude's gonna stay there, and then nope, dude's following us still. So he's following us, and then telling us about how he has alcohol and he has Coke in his bag, and then he pulls out a bottle of cola, but then there's still obviously a lot more stuff in his bag. So we're like, we don't know what the rest of that stuff
Yeah,
is.
so you're saying like, because I think people may have thought you would have meant like Coke as in cocaine, but he was saying like, yeah, I've got like Coca-Cola, and then he pulled out like just like off-brand.
No, that's
cola.
not what it was. He said he meant cocaine. Like he had,
He did mean that.
He said I had pounds of cocaine in my
Oh,
bag.
so he was making that joke, but then it was off-brand cola.
Yeah, so then I was
Okay.
like, your joke doesn't even
So
work.
even better.
Yeah, so already a good sign about this guy.
Yeah, so he wanted us to go to his car to go drink and smoke at his car, which was weird. I didn't want to go do that. A lot of people didn't want to go do that, but he kept following us, and he kept leading the way, I guess, as you could say. But we were just kind of doing our own thing. But like two people really wanted to go, so we end up getting to like this. We end up getting to like the bathroom because we had to go to the bathroom, and then he's like, "All right, time to go to my car now," and we're like, "Yeah, no."
No.
We're gonna go sleep. But I think the funniest thing was he said we're all gonna go in my car, and like what I obviously didn't share this part. There's like with him there was like 8 of us. We're like, do you have like a van, my guy? Like how? He's like, no, like I just have like a sedan. And I was like, so how does that work? He's like, oh yeah, I guess you can't be in my car. We'll just have to be outside my car. And we're like, no, definitely think you're gonna kill us and put us in the trunk. So,
Yeah, we made the joke when we were like talking with like people we met, where we were just like, no, we'll go in my car. You'll easily fit. Just go limb by limb.
yeah, it was like because we were all safe. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
I think the funniest thing was I forget his name. I feel bad. I think his name's Tony. We asked like after we all left, we're like the two people were like, what? He was like sketchy? And I was like, yeah, dude was sketchy. And then I turned to, I think his name is Tony, and said, did you think he was sketchy? He's like, oh yeah, he's sketchy. I just thought you guys just didn't care. Like I thought you guys knew and you just didn't care. And he's like, yeah, dude was sketchy. And then they're like, why? And he's like, because he had 2 combs in his pocket. He's like, who carries 2 combs? He's like, who carries a comb in their pocket anyways? He's like, but then you carry 2 and they're crusty? That guy's got something up. That's like what he said. And I was like, I just lost it.
Just the perfect like way. I mean, it is what you think about it. It is. That definitely is like Who carries two crusty combs in their pocket? Because my only justification was like, if you were specifically like trying to like meme and like do a bit, like if you like were in like if you were like, oh, I think my hair's messed up, let me just and you like put both of the combs out in each pocket like akimbo style, brought out the combs and like did both, and then like that was it, that was the joke, and you did it, it was done. Like that would have been great, but he did not sell it. Like he just had two combs in his pocket that were crusty.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. We laughed about it afterwards, and then then on Sunday we kept seeing him, and I was like, oh god, I hope he doesn't say anything.
He doesn't come back.
Yeah, dude was creepy. Wasn't a fan. Hope I don't see him ever again.
You know,
I hope he fades into the sunset and I never cross paths with him ever again.
But you know what we will see again? You all in the next episode. So,
Tilted Roll podcast.
You're our guest. You can shout yourself out.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Where people can find you.
Yeah, so probably the best is just my Instagram. It's just crispy_pixel. That's where I post all my cosplay photography. We didn't really get into what I did, but that's fine. I do what Marshall does, the same thing. And so yeah, I do the cosplay photographies and the videos. That's where I post pretty much everything. I post all my photos on my feed, not all of them, but you know what I mean. That's where my cosplay photos go. And my link to my YouTube channel is on there, where I post all the videos that I do at conventions. So my Anime Magic video, if you want to find it, if you came from Anime Magic and you're looking for it, you can find it by going to the Instagram. What are you laughing at?
I'm good. It's and when you say I do what Marshall does, I just think the first thing that came to my head was depression, and then it just me.
It's a big stretch.
It's
like a big jump.
That's how my mind works, man. But hey,
because like I was at A, and like that's not even like Z. That's like you're getting into the numerals. That's like 2. Like I do what Marshall does. So like, how do we make that connect to depression somehow? Like
6 degrees.
Yeah.
of Kevin Bacon.
Oh god. Well, this is my friend Francisco.
This is my friend Marshall, and also my friend Nick.
And we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye, guys.
Oh man, the only thing I can think of that would relate to me would be the one where I just grab the trash can and just slowly bring it to a hug.
Yeah, that was a great moment. Yeah, things like that one is really good.
That is still my Instagram picture.
It is. I mean, to be fair, it's a great still, hugging a trash can.